All right. I'm sorry. I'm unmuting because I can see all these transitions happening live on our screen. So, yeah, even if that's as bad or it flashes to bad, just keep going. It's fine. They'll catch up. How's everybody doing?
Hello.
Hello?
Are we live?
I hope so.
Oh, that was bad. That was not smooth. That was not smooth at all.
So painful. So painful.
Not smooth. Not smooth.
That's the way we rehearsed it, though.
That was the opposite of smooth. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another incredibly bad start to a Gizzard Stew production. Oh,
Nice.
It says that our stream status is bad. Does that mean that we're lagging probably too? I have no idea.
What?
Are we lagging?
I don't know. I'm not watching the show. I'm on the show.
Oh, that's right. Me too. Maybe somebody in chat can tell us. Where's my chat? I can't even find anything. Everything's a mess.
Echo? She says, Vapor with me says we got a big echo, big time. Do you have both desktops on?
Oh, yeah. I do. Till
Right.
now. How about, is this better?
Okay. Do we have the echoes now?
Is that better?
Is it echoing? Echoing?
How come I
Echoing?
can't find my chat? This is really a fuck show so far.
I found your chat. You want me to share screen so you can see your chat?
No, I want to be able to type in it. Oh, there it is. It's hiding. It's hiding. I found it. Oh, wait. Man.
I hope I'm not still acting. If it's echoing, it's not on my computer.
I think we should be better by now. I thought we had all this audio stuff. We put it behind us.
I thought so too. But
What the heck?
let's just go. Let's go.
Let's
do
go.
it live.
Echo, 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 echo.
Oh, I sound good now. Vaping swag approved. Let's go then.
I think we're all right now. I think now that I turned off the other desktop audio monitor, we might be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Good.
Maybe.
No echo?
All right. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Fog Life on the Gizzard Stew channel. It's always a rocky start, usually.
All right.
Baby Swag says I'm not allowed to type.
Oh, you
Oh,
can't
yeah?
type.
Oh, yeah? There, I typed.
But that's Gizzard Stew. He likes to type, and he types loud.
So, Lifa, what have you been up to?
I've been working all week, and I got I got a kick-ass delivery today of that.
Oh, yeah.
And I got boxes of different things, and I hope Mr. Miles is watching, because yeah, Swag wasn't lying to you. Other than that, I've been vaping on this and some of that. What have you been up to? You had some clogged pipe?
Yeah, I had a clogged pipage. Nothing that a little Dulcilex couldn't take care of.
I heard good things about that.
No, I had to have the Roto-Rooter guy out today. Roto-Rooter, he's your friend. Charges you up the ass, and then your drains work again.
This is the portion of the show where Raven will get upset if we both don't say this. So Raven, go fuck yourself.
Twice. Yep. Oh, that's what we could do. Let's see who's out in chat. Let's do.
All right.
I see Brian Enoch, Deidre White, Kev's out there, Karen Presley, Kenny B. Who else? Who else is here? Vaping Swag's here. Yeah.
Dr. TMI.
Dirt Me.
You call
Dirt Me's here. Yeah. Yeah. Wes
Train.
Cochran. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Rocky Start. Train Sonics here.
Yeah. He likes that dark. I heard he ordered some of that.
You heard through the grapevine?
Yeah.
Keeping track of people's credit cards now, life, are you?
No, they don't give out those numbers.
Oh. I was wondering how you... Oh, Mad Dog's here. Mad Dog. Crazy Mad Dog guy's here. Scott, you're a nut.
Chad Adams. Subhuman.
Paul! Paul, hi, Paul. Hesh is here. What's up, Hesh? Good to have you. Good to have you.
That's Hesh?
The Vaping Raven is in the house. Hey. So
Hesh isn't. I don't see him.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't see Hesh?
No,
I saw
he's
him.
on his spot. I'm sitting in that red chair he's got out there.
That's Paul Subhuman.
Heavy's out there.
Human. Heavy?
Yeah, heavy metal vapor. That guy.
Heavy metal! Yeah! Right on. Big Doc's here. Big
All right.
Dockery. Big Dockery's in the house. All right, so I'm starting to calm down a little bit. I was having a meltdown for a minute, but I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be all right.
Yeah.
It's got to be, right?
It's gonna be.
You know, when you start a feed and like YouTube's going, it's bad. It's bad. You're like, what the fuck? It was good a second ago, you fucking YouTube, I swear. It's fucking bullshit. Freaks people out, you know? So, I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
What we want to talk about?
You got some stuff to talk about? Should we talk about, do our advocacy corner real quick?
Yeah, let's do advocacy corner.
All right, let me
quick.
start. Okay. So, I know that you probably, maybe you haven't heard this, but Oakland is having a thing like San Francisco had. It's on the 18th, another, whatever, city council meeting or board of regents or whatever they're calling themselves on the 18th. And Stefan Didak's trying to get people to, go in and speak and let people know that we really want flavors. You know, I want flavors. Don't you want flavors?
We all like flavors. And there's even a website out there now that's called adultslikeFlavors.org.
Oh,
And that
tell us
rolls
about
into
that,
what
life.
I had. Well, Not Blowing Smoke, your boy Stefan, is they've launched a new campaign called Let's Be Real San Francisco. Basically, it's people from Kazaa, Sabata, American Vaping Association.
Kazaa? Is that
yeah.
like kazoo except Kazaa?
Well, I don't know. It reminds me of that.
I fucked y'all up now. I'm sorry.
Basically, they're trying to get a referendum. Basically, they need a signature from the mayor on this piece of paper, and then once they get to that point, they gotta gather 19,000 signatures, and they gotta be certified signatures. So basically, they gotta be within the city of San Francisco as residents.
So I can't sign it?
No, but you can go out to the Let's Be Real San Francisco and share that all over the place, like your Instagram and everywhere like that. So maybe we can hit some of those people that are in San Francisco.
Share it and scare it up. Tell them to get off their butts.
Yeah.
All right.
Get off their butts and advocate.
Yeah. Get off your butts and advocate.
Yeah. And basically what will happen is if they get the 19,000, they're either going to have a special election near the end of 2017, or they'll add it to the July 2018 primaries ballot. And either way, it could just be thrown out. with that referendum, but
Yeah.
probably it's going to be one of the other two because they're not going to let go.
Basically, if they get the 19,080 or whatever it is, it's like an odd number. It is 10% of the voting population in San Francisco. So they got to get 10% of the voters to get this thing, the referendum, canceled or put on hold. And then if they do, it is a huge win, because then it basically negates the vote of the council until they revisit it in some other form or whatever.
Yep. So, and the only thing it's going to do is it's going to cost the city of San Francisco extra money to put it on the ballots and all that stuff. And hopefully we can share it enough that people are signing that, we get the signatures that are needed, so we can set precedents that we're not going to take that, and we want our flavors, because I don't vape just for BG and nicotine.
Right. Yeah, it would be a boring world if all we could vape was even, you know what's weird is, like, tobacco. Somebody had a good point about this. Tobacco is actually, in an e-liquid form, is a flavoring, right?
Yep.
So in a tobacco form, it's not. I mean, you can just have raw tobacco, right? But in as far as e-liquid, it's already a flavoring on its own. So think about that. Think about that.
I did have also some good news.
Oh, okay, good.
There's this British TV show called Lost Island. Maybe Kev over in that area, maybe he can weigh in on that. I guess it's a show that's kind of a mix between Real World and Survivor. And there's lots of complaints coming from this TV show that everyone on the show is smoking and very, very obsessed with. The scenes are just nothing but smoke in them. So there's a UK e-liquid company called Totally Wicked that saw an opportunity to mix a little harm reduction with some self-promotion, and they teamed up with the British Lung Foundation, and they basically said, hey, why don't we send over some devices, and maybe we can reduce some harm in what's being done, and hopefully put out a more positive face on your show.
Is this one of those reality-based TV shows like a Real World or something?
Yeah, it's a cross between Real World and Survivor. So you got people just sitting around sometimes.
Chain smoking.
Talk, chain smoking, drinking. Yeah, things like that. So they said it's too easy to know if it's really worked or not, but one of the participants on the show has been lately seen with a vape instead of smokes, and that's been on camera and off camera. So it's one of those things where they're promoting it out. Totally Wicked e-liquid is getting their product into these people's hands, and that's great. But good on them for seeing maybe a positive side on some advertisement as well.
That's interesting for sure. Well, should we segue into our liquid tasting?
Are we gonna taste some?
Yeah. What do you want to taste tonight?
I got this one funnel cake.
All right, then I'm gonna go with this one.
That one?
Yeah.
That.
Okay. I got this one and this one. And I got this one and this one.
You got any other ones you got this one in?
Probably. I probably got this one and this one. No.
All right.
Actually, I have the last little bit of lemon ecstasy in there before I transition into waiting for some to steep up.
Nice. So why don't you taste yours and tell us what you feel?
What do I feel?
Yeah.
It's good. It's yummy. Vanilla custard.
Is it really custardy?
I love this stuff.
I know. Tasting e-liquid them. Well, you know, we got this much left in the bottle. I'm just lucky
I'm
that
always running low.
So, and for anybody that remembers, this one funnel cake used to be called this one too, and it's just a nice, nice pastry note in there. A little bit of a cinnamon in there as well in the higher wattages, but it's, you know, it's one of those ones that you just keep running back to.
Just to illustrate, see, there's a empty, 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 empty. So I think that's a good illustration that I like.
You like that? Yeah. You like that one?
Yep, I got a lot of dead Indians around here, I'll tell you that much.
Awesome. Well,
yeah, I've been enjoying it. I don't know, when did I can't even remember when I first tried it. It's been a while. But it's become...
I remember trying the labels, like, weren't this fancy. Those labels were...
It's become one of those that I pretty much can't live without. So
yep,
it's part of my daily repertoire.
I like to run it in the squonker.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
I like to run it both ways. Like, this is a low wattage 0.3 build, and then I also like to run it at high wattage, and just you get a blast of it,
Yeah.
But if anybody hasn't tried it, better try it.
You should.
Definitely.
I'm sure.
How does it? I'm interested how because you've tried both, obviously. So how would you describe the funnel cake as being different?
The funnel cake just has a little pastry note and a little cinnamon on the end, and the more you crank it up, the more of the pastry note you get. Just kind of like I don't want to categorize it with all pastries and all donuts, because it does stand on its own, because it's got the base of this one custard,
right,
and that is dominant in the flavor, but it's just got that twinge, that tweak of the cinnamon and the pastry to it, that it just puts it a little bit above. It's a twist.
Is it a little bit sweeter too? Or just or different spices in it?
Yeah, I don't taste the difference with sweetness, because this one, the original, is pretty sweet on its own. So if it is, I'm not telling it that much, but I can tell the pastry note in the cinnamon is what I get.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, should we bring in the Dis One expert?
Oh, well, we might as well. I think he could probably talk better about it.
We got plenty to talk about. So our guest tonight is Dean Hionakis. So, Dean, if you want to come out of the green room, if you're done with the munchies.
Hey, I'm here.
There he is. How is the green room tonight? I'm just curious.
It's very comfy. It's a little cold. I should have brought a jacket.
Okay.
I appreciate the food selection you have.
Did you find everything to your taste?
Yeah. Nice layout of sushi. A little bit of calamari in there.
Did you enjoy the fact that we put 2 giant Dis One bottles behind you?
Yeah.
Just for you?
Between 2 Dis Ones?
Yeah.
It's nice.
We thought,
everybody.
We tried and cater to our guests, so, we tried to make you feel at home there.
Yeah, these actually travel wherever I go. They're always behind me. So if you ever see me in, public, these are always usually behind me.
You have, like, strings on them, you wear them like a sandwich?
Yeah, you can't see it. It's an invisible shoulder strap.
Or do you flip? Do you flip them like sign flipper out on the corner?
We actually have 2 attachments of curly straws that actually attach into the mod.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
So you never run out.
That's awesome. So you're coming live to us from LA, right?
Yeah, from LA, Louisiana.
Right. Oh, I tried to throw him a curve on that one. He had to think for a minute. What? Huh?
Yeah. Not too far from the swamp tours. From the bayou.
From the swamp to bayou. All right.
Yeah, they got them gators.
We'll get some jambalaya.
I'm not ignoring y'all. Hey, everybody. I see everybody saying hi. I was trying to focus on Giz. It's a trance every time I look into his eyes.
Yeah, I don't know if my intro was good enough. This is Dean Hionakis from COILS Vapes e-liquids, and a good friend of mine and good friend of a lot of people's, I'm sure. And
I hope so, at least.
Great guy. So, what have you been doing? What's been going on with you? Staying busy, I know that.
Yeah. It's doing business at this stage of the game. It's all new to me. So I'm learning and we're adjusting as we're going, and trying to figure out the market in different parts of the world. And I've been quiet a lot lately because me and my partner's been really working hard on rebranding. This one itself is going to stay the same inside the bottle.
Getting a facelift on the labeling and stuff?
Yeah. Facelift on the labeling, and we're going to have a nice box that it slides into. And to let everybody know, we're going to go back to the Gorilla Style bottles. So we're moving back into those as well. But these, the new bottles that we have, I don't think I have one with me, but the new bottles, the tops are easy. This is the Gorilla, but the tops are a lot easier to pull off and on. They
don't need a razor blade to get in there.
No. They're nice. They even have like a hard side on it and a soft side, so when you squeeze it, it's not just squishy. It gives you the right pressure, so you don't.
Are they the same type of material, like this hard plastic, or are they
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
They're going to be the same.
Clear.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
So basically the same look. It's the tips that are different, and some of the other structure on the bottle that they really put a lot of thought into. We've been looking around in different bottles, and the company that makes the bottles that we're picking up, I mean, really put a lot of thought into it.
Okay.
And it seems like they have their product down pat. I mean, they showed it full of liquid, and I've seen videos where they're like crushing it with machines, just smashing it, and the top never shoots off the tip. It just squirts juice out, which is great. And the fact that you can pull it off is fantastic as well.
Nice.
So I am curious, how would you say your transition went when you went with Koval Vapes, and were there any bumpy road there, or?
Yeah, we did have a few bumps in the beginning, and one of the things we're learning, it was with dealing with someone else that's mixing the product now. Everything's manufactured now in ISO 6 labs. In California, we had a co-pack, a manufacturer who's bottling it for us, and it was the first time working with each other, and it was a learning curve, and everything happened so quick. And there's a few steps that we kind of just overlooked because we were trying to get the product out, and one of them was getting the nicotine, giving it time to steep. And the nicotine that was in it was a little, at first it was harsh, but on that very first batch that came out, it wasn't that many. And it's fine, but you had to have it. It took a month or two to break in, instead of like 2-3 weeks than you normally do, where you hit that peak.
Right.
I think right at about 3 weeks, this one really shines.
Right. Get that golden color.
Yeah.
Amber goodness.
And you've tried it, Giz. You do the same thing I do, like from fresh to steep, and you can. It's really, I find it helps with, like, my taste buds too. Is like I never get that, I guess, vape tongue, or because it's always changing from freshness to that right at peak.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes through so many stages. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really good at 6 months, but I've never made it that far. So
no, I've never either. I have plenty of empty bottles too, Giz. It's one of those things. and I say it all the time, like, I almost feel like I didn't create it. You know, I really do. And if somebody else was making this flavor, all my money would go to them. And I'm not saying that because I make it. Like I said, I don't feel like I did. And it took a little time. Like, I mean, from the first time I made it, it took about 3 months. It was still in my daily, but I wasn't vaping it constantly. And about 3 months into it, man, it just grabbed me. And I try to stray off and I vape other things, but I gotta have my setup with this one in it, and I'm hitting it. Like,
Right.
I gotta have it, and sometimes I'll go weeks, and that's all I vape. You know.
Yeah, I was always a custard fan. I still love hazy custard from Adore.
Yeah.
And for a long time, that
That's a good
was
one.
pretty much all I vape too. And now I go back and forth on both of them. They're still my, two of my favorites. But there's something about finding a vape that you just can't go away from. Because we try lots of things, and a lot of it is like, oh, that's good, but there's a difference in finding something that's just like like I was saying, you can't hardly live without it.
Absolutely. And it's weird because I'm not the type of person to do that either. Like, I'm constantly, like, since I started vaping 3 years ago, I was always flipping through flavors, and especially having something of mine. Like, when you're going through that testing phase and you're mixing things out and getting it all together, and you vape a lot of it, and then once you feel good about it and comfortable, and then I release it, and then when I would start mixing and stuff like that, it was over with. I didn't want to touch it ever again. I got tired of smelling it. This one didn't do it to me. It's I don't know.
I mean, personally, I think it's something special.
I feel that way.
If there are people out there that haven't tried it, should at least give it a shot, because it's really,
I agree.
it's awesome.
I feel it's one of those where, I get a bunch in, I buy a bunch to review, and, it's every once in a while, I'm like looking back at the shelf, and I'm like, oh, I haven't had that one for a while. Let's fill up the squonker and let's go. It's great for a nice 3-hour road trip in the little single battery squonker. It's great. But sometimes it's nice that I have the other flavors, because this lasts a while that way. Instead of like Giz going the 2 different flavors, he's like, I'm out. He posts a video of the squirting noise.
I was going to transition and ask you another question. I realized that you are doing business in the United Kingdom now, so I was going to ask you how that was going, and you can tell us, and then because they have to have concentrates over there, is that correct?
Yeah, we use Just Add Nick. Just Add Nick, and any of you guys that are in here DIY, and you were looking for our concentrates, I know I get messages a lot. justaddnick.co.uk carries all of our concentrates. So if you want something in concentrate, and they only sell it to DIY crowd, they don't sell it to businesses or anything like that. They'll ship anywhere around the world, US too. So.
Sure. That was my next question, was going to be, are you ever going to release that into the U.S. market, or?
Well, it's there with Just Add Nick.
Right.
So it's really no.
Not right now is the answer.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, I always got to try, We've had this discussion privately before, so I pretty much knew the answer, but. It's my show, so I'm allowed to put you on the spot.
Yeah, it's fine.
You can have it. You just got to pay the extra.
Right, you got to pay $15 to get it from the UK.
Anything's possible. I mean, the regulations are changing in so many ways. Who knows? Who knows?
Right.
But don't they have? They also have things like they look for businesses, from what I understand, they're looking for businesses that if they switch to a concentrate or change or any kind of way, it's still considered a vape product. You're still going to fall under the same things. It doesn't seem like there's a workaround in the United States for that. Because I mean, even zero nic. I mean, zero nic in the United States is considered tobacco, and it has absolutely no nicotine in it, which is crazy. At least in the UK, you know, all they're focused on is the how much in one bottle if a kid can, you know, ingests, we could possibly kill him. And that's why they, you know, they thought about it. You know, you can still do business there. The FDA here, you don't have any options. You got to pay to play, and that's a lot of money on a 50-50 shot of getting through, you know?
Right. Well, that brings me to another question. Where do you see vaping in the next 5 years? Where do you think we're headed?
You know, honestly, for some reason, just in my gut, I guess if I'm, you know, in my gut, I don't see it changing that much. I really don't. I think there's so many different ways and avenues to continue to keep thriving through communities and DIY, and I think maybe products might start becoming harder to get, more available, possibly go underground. I'm guessing, and I think more people are gonna. I think you'll see a flood of market in the DIY crowd, and people paying attention to, you know, to make their own juices. Possibly people sharing more recipes like Charlie Noble did, you know, and things like that as they're shutting down. That's where I see it in 5 years.
Yeah, I can see that.
Lifey,
and I can see it.
You got one?
Well, I was just gonna comment. I could see the fight and the battle being long drawn out. Just take a look at what they did with supplements before they basically just said just stamp not FDA approved on there.
All right.
But I always come up with some fun questions for you, and my wife is kind of a aficionado of New Orleans, so she wanted to know, do you prefer Mardi Gras or St. Joseph's Day better?
Neither, actually. No, actually, I don't mind Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is fun, and especially like Mardi Gras Day. I mean, look, you grow up here your whole life. It's no fun when parades are blocking off streets and you can't get around, and you know you can't. It disrupts your daily routine. And a lot of people who are here in New Orleans during the week of Mardi Gras, they go to Disney World, they go on vacation. You know, they just get out of here. But gotcha. I like it. You know, I guess if I had to choose between the two, it'd be Mardi Gras.
Gotcha. And the other question she had, Sig Harbor or a Spotted Cat?
Snug Harbor, you mean?
Yeah, Snug Harbor. I'm sorry.
I go Snug Harbor for sure.
Good choice.
Do you want to elaborate that on? That means nothing to me.
They're both great music venues.
Oh, okay.
Just Snug Harbor, you have a better chance of seeing larger groups and people you don't hear from all the time because they just show up and they play a lot there.
But you have to back up a little bit. It's not just like any kind. It's jazz. It's primarily jazz heavy clubs, like traditional, really good. What New Orleans was known for and what made popular is there. Great locals. And then you go and about the Spotted Cat.
Yeah.
So both of those are music venues?
Yeah. And from what we have felt when we visited, you know, you get off of Bourbon Street, go down towards Frenchman and in that area, and you get more authentic. It's kind of like going to Ireland, and if you want to hear Irish music, you can't hear it in Dublin. You got to go to this hole-in-the-wall sea town where there's just 4 people. They're all family members. Jump in and do a set. So it's kind of the difference there.
Yeah.
Crawdads or alligator?
That's the Bywater area that you're talking about. In that, off that area. Would you say, Giz?
Crawdads or alligator?
Crawdads all day. All day.
Tell me about it. I love crawdads.
Crawfish is, well, I mean, they're mud divers, right? They primarily live in the swamps, ditches, any areas that have standing water over a period of time.
Like the whole downtown a few years ago.
Yeah, they didn't have crawfish there. Well, they probably did. They probably washed up, but actually not too far from where I live. I mean, you could pretty much pull over on the side of the road and crawfish during that time if you want. Yeah, they're good, man.
So do you participate in like crawfish boils and?
Absolutely.
I mean, when I think of Louisiana, that's what I would want to do is jazz and food. You know,
That's what we're known for.
yeah.
Two big things. Yeah, I do crawfish boils occasionally at the house. We have family over and stuff like that. Same thing, like I guess when you're steaming crabs or do a lobster bake or whatever, lobster steam, clam steam, things like that.
So did you know that your name Hionakis is in the 11th percentile? That means that nearly 90% of it's like not very popular as a family name in America. Did you know also that the Hionakis, they're only in Louisiana pretty much? I looked this up.
I think there's one guy in Chicago.
Yeah.
I think, but I don't even know him. I don't even know if we're related.
Yeah.
But
and they don't seem to know what ethnicity that name comes from either.
It's Japanese. That's
Hionakis? No, is it Greek or what is it?
It is Greek. My dad's from Crete, and he's the only one that's here. Everybody from my dad's side of the family still lives in Greece.
Yeah, it said there's 13 people with that name in the United States. And
gosh, is it that? No way.
There's 13 people in Louisiana, is what it said. And Louisiana has the highest density of Hionakises in the United States. So.
I didn't even think there was 13 of us.
Yeah, it says right here, the state with the most people named Hionakis is Louisiana, where 13 people have the name.
Well, everybody's here, or Greece. That's the only other place. That's nice. That's interesting.
See, I did some research for the show and stuff.
Do you know what Hionakis means in English?
No, they don't know that either.
It means snow.
Snow?
Yep.
You guys should be living in Minnesota then.
I've seen snow maybe like once or twice in my life, and I once was at the Chicago game, and when I went to go see the Saints and Chicago Bears playing the NFC Championship, and I was blown away. Me and my wife, because a snowflake's actually a snowflake. Like, it looks like what you see. I'm like, wow!
Check it out! Where's my reading glasses?
Everybody's watching a football game. Me and my wife's like, oh, look at that! Look at this one!
Like, honey, look, they are all different.
They're literally a snowflake. That's not, like, made up to make them look beautiful. They really look like that. Look!
All right. So...
You talk people that curse snow every winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to experience it.
We get pounded. I'd love to take you ice fishing. That'd be fun.
I grew up fishing and trawling my whole life.
Yeah. Wait till you're fishing through the ice on a lake, though. It's way different.
I bet. It's got to be fun, though.
It's cool.
Quiet. It's probably quiet, right? And just sitting there. And I love. That's
unless you go on the weekend, then it's snowmobiles.
Snow has to be the best, like, soundproofing. Like, it's so quiet. You don't hear nothing. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite way to vape?
Currently?
Yeah.
Like, position-wise, or actually?
Yeah.
Like...
I don't know. It's not a loaded question.
Like, lately,
in bed after sex?
No, I don't. I don't vape inside my house. This is a rare occasion that I do. But
well, you're in the green room. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We actually I follow the same thing we did when we smoked. My wife and I never did smoke inside our house. We always went outside, even when we did, and still live that way now. You know. And I'm the only one that vapes. My wife doesn't vape or smoke or anything anymore. So she's usually doing matrix moves to try to avoid my clouds.
I gotcha.
And I don't know if any of your spouses vape or not, but have you ever noticed, like, every time you blow the cloud, like, you try to stay away from it, but it always goes to them.
Yeah.
And then they give you a stink eye, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Or you get the magazine.
Once in a while you get, oh, that smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my wife's never done that.
Mine
She's
has.
holding her breath until it's gone.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite way to vape as far as what you use? And that type of thing?
Yeah, I like squonks. Squonk mods. I like the Jewel, but lately I got hooked on the billet box.
Okay.
I've been using. I finally got a hold of one. They were hard to get a hold of, and I got lucky. And they're doing blem ones. They're a lot cheaper than the regular price, which is nice. But I never thought I'd like it, and I picked one up, and they accept the super tank coils, the 0.5, which I've been stuck on because when you're traveling a lot, it's easy. You don't have to bring build kits. You don't have to. That's the thing I like the most about it. The functionality, like all the pieces you can change out. You can switch them out to, stab. There's all kind of accessories.
Are you using like pre-built coils in it, or are you rebuilding it, or what are you doing?
Yeah, no. I ever since I got it, I used the super tank, tank tobacco coil, the 0.5 pre-built.
Okay.
And I mean, it's like all you have to do is just like slide this little piece of glass down, and then you just fill it up and slide it back up and just start vaping again. Pop the battery out. And man, with this one's last. I'm 3 weeks on a coil, which is nice.
Yeah,
I've never had something last that long.
Yeah.
And for me, like the reason why I like it, it's a great vape. The airflow's just right for me. The flavor's on point. I can run it at between 35 to 40 watts, which I like to vape. And again, no build kits. I just bring batteries. A pack of coils and
what resistance are those coils typically?
0.5.
0.5. Okay.
Yep, 0.5.
And the nice thing about those is if you are traveling, you can find any vape shop that has those coils.
Right. I hear the Atlantis. Was it the Evos? They have a new coil out. They're similar to the super tanks, from what I understand.
Oh, okay.
I like building, man. I build usually when I'm at home. Like I'll keep my squonks and I'll rebuild, and I like to mess around with different flavors and try. Friends and I trade, and we trade out juice, and I like to try other people's stuff. I actually, and this one too. Like I've been hooked on this forever. The King's Crest Dutchess Reserve. It's a Trace. If you like Tres Leches cakes.
Oh yeah.
It's spot on. You even get the caramel goat milk. It's spot on. I'm telling you, it's so good.
Speaking of caramel goat milk, let's talk about coffee for a minute.
Okay.
I noticed that you're like in becoming this coffee aficionado.
That was my first deception.
Tell us what that's all about.
My first obsession, I had to correct myself, is coffee. Way before vape. I've always been obsessed with coffee, and I like to try different places. I tried Kona. I got them from the farms, fresh roast. I never did any of the cat poo, the ones with the cat dropping.
The civet cat poo.
Yeah, I haven't done any of that. None of the elephant ones or whatever. I haven't done any of those, but
Keister steeped.
Yeah,
Keister steeped coffee.
I like I like a medium to dark roast in that range, and my favorite of all time was it still is, and I still get it. It's at La Colombe. It's called Monaco. It's really, really good. But I recently stumbled across a local brewery, Orleans Coffee, and they have a espresso that they make. And usually espresso, you just stick with espresso. You don't really want to French press it or do anything like that.
That's not exactly a medium roast, though.
It's
that's stout.
No, this one, he has a few different ones, but this one's kind of like on that cusp that I like, that medium dark roast. But man, French press, espresso, manual drip, auto drip, Chemex, air press, anything you put it in, that cup of coffee is beautiful. Like the notes, it's not the best, you know, but it's so well rounded, and I like those. I like the darker notes, the caramels and the nuts, and you know, as opposed to the fruitier type coffees.
So you got a fancy new coffee maker. Can you tell me about that?
Which one?
You got more than one? I don't know.
I like coffee, man. I have a French press. I have we have a little. It's not fancy, the espresso machine. That's we've been having that one for a long time. But I guess the newest fancier one I got was the Chemex.
Okay.
It's a manual drip. Oh, and the grinder. You saw I got a nice grinder.
Maybe that was what I know you posted something, and I was
it was the grinder.
What the hell is that? It looks like it costs more than my Yugo.
No. It's about the same price as a Yugo.
Okay. I don't feel so bad then.
No, man, that's the key. Most people don't realize, but you have to have a nice. What makes the bean shine more is a burr grinder, a good burr grinder, not the blades. You don't want the coffee heating up, but a nice burr grinder. It's like night and day to me. I can taste it. The difference.
I have a Krups grinder, and then that thing just never dies. It's just the little one, you know. I don't know, I've used it for years, and I actually like Starbucks beans. I buy whole beans, and I buy Italian roast is my preferred roast. So that's fairly dark stuff.
Pike's Place too, right? That's the one I usually get.
That's like their house blend almost, Pike Place.
Right. So.
Yeah, I like coffee too, but I don't think I'm at your level on that.
That was my first. I'm telling you, man, it was my first obsession. Like when I get hooked on something, I'm all in.
Right.
Like I'm all in. I'm learning everything. I'm trying to find the best of it. Food, anything, you know. Like when I put my mind to it, it's all in. And typically if I give a recommendation, I've tried a lot of places and a lot of different things, and out of all of them, that's the best one that I've tried.
Nice. I think that theory goes with a lot of us hobbyist vapors, that when we get into something, we go way deep, whether it be, you know,
smoking, right? The smoker. Oh. You probably got it to science, how long, how even the rub is on it. If you lay it, you know, stick it in the oven a little bit beforehand, and you know.
How many different lighters did you have? And you have your collection of Zippos, or did you go the torch route at different times? Yeah, anything.
Yeah, things to occupy our minds, right?
No doubt.
All right, so I have another vaping question, and that is, what are some liquids that are not your own that you enjoy?
Well, that was what Dutchess, King's Crest Dutchess Reserve is up there. Still my number one vape of all time, aside from mine, is Lazarus Vintage Journey. In the barrel aged version, man, it's so good. It's so good. It's like a fine cigar. Have y'all had Journey before?
I don't think so. I've never heard of it.
No.
Man, y'all are missing out. They're out of Texas, and it's. I think they describe it as it's a buttermilk rolled oats and cognac. It's like walking into a really exquisite fine cigar humidor, like that smell, but not so much cigar-y. It has almost kind of like a banana nut bread hint in the back note, like kind of patient. Man, it's so good. It's so well done. I've never tried anything else like it.
Is it a tobacco vape then?
I guess it could be.
If you're telling me it's a cigar, so I'm wondering if it's got tobacco in it or tobacco flavor.
You know, that's a good question. I don't think it even has tobacco in it, but it has that feel. You know, like
right.
because when they dip cigars in cognac and stuff
Right.
like that, you get those sweet. So it has that feel of it, but I don't think tobacco's actually in it.
Okay.
They did
Okay.
if y'all want to, if you want to try something very unique and different, if you can find the Reserve of Journey by Lazarus Vintage, buy it. It's hard to find the Reserve. You have to get like a barrel, but if you just try it, man, you'll be surprised.
Yeah, maybe you can give me the info on it after the show, and I'll put it as a link underneath, so that if people are hunting for it, we'll give them a link to it.
Yep. So those two are up in my top, and I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I'm not much of a fruit guy. Like I don't particularly care for fruit flavors. I mean, even coffee, even vaping. It's just I don't. But the other thing and it's gonna be silly, but man, the mango flavor on the Juul it's popping. It's so good. It's one of the best mango vapes I've tried. It's crazy to say that about the Juul, but I blow through a mango pod.
Okay, so that's a pre-made pod that has the e-liquid is actually from Juul.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know. I think someone makes it for them, but I don't know who.
Okay.
They're one of the corporate. Like I don't know anything really about Juul except for their product.
Right.
And packs.
Good.
The other side of it.
Did you have another one, Lifa?
Uh,
I don't want to hog the whole show.
No, you hit a bunch of good ones. It's like he keeps asking good questions, and the ones that are on my list too. So,
All right. I got one.
So
Go ahead.
All right. Budget vapor question: what is the cheapest e-liquid that you love? And you can't say your own because
no, I was about to, and I'm like, no, that's silly. I can't do that. Technically, it is, but no, it's silly. I don't know.
Because we all like those preserves. We all like the ones that we can only get once in a while. But is there like a big wild one that you used to have that blew your mind?
What I would do in that, the reason why it's hard for me to answer that is because locally, the shops that make their in-house juice, there's a lot of competition here. I mean, they're just excellent at what they do. Really great liquids that a lot of people don't even know about. So, I mean, as far as like budget juice and stuff like that, I would just hit the local shops and just get, concentrates from because some of them would sell concentrates, or I would just buy whatever they made. That was my favorite. I had a lot of favorites here, though.
Okay. That sounds. You're just looking at a guy that I got two shops in like a 35-mile area.
Right.
And both of their house blends aren't worth anything.
Oh man, Crescent City Clouds. Chris Flowers is on Plumes a lot, and he has beignet and stuff like that. He has great flavors, and that's local to me. Smoke Signals, who is huge and has been around for a long time, have countless amounts of flavors, and they're very talented at what they do. Vapors In has a great custard, and they have a peanut butter and jelly one that's really, really good. One of the first ones I've ever liked. So, and I mean, I can go on and on. Vape Escape has they were the ones that actually make the king cake that's in Carnival Celebration. So, and Lee Manzilla that we carry is made by Lee, who owns Vape Escape here. Vapors Lounge in Bell Chase. Mm-hmm. And not only does that, he has Old Timer, which is a pecan praline ice cream that's fantastic. He's just constantly creating stuff. So you kind of don't look outside of the area a lot when you have something that good local. No doubt.
Okay, one more question. Ready?
Yeah.
Sharks or penguins, and why?
Sharks. I think sharks just they look cooler. There's a lot of different. Penguins are just one thing. Sharks are come in different shapes and sizes, and some are aggressive, some are nice, and some are very large. I would think sharks. Sharks seem more interesting to me than penguins.
There's no wrong answer.
No, I know. I know.
Well, we're going to have to start winding this down. I thank you for coming on, for sure, Dean. Appreciate it.
Thanks
Love talking to you. Love hanging out with you.
Thanks a lot.
We are about 3 minutes away from going off the air here. So there's a few things that we need to go over. I'll just go over my stuff real quick. You guys remember that I'm still having a giveaway thing. And Dean, thank you so much for participating in that. Dean is giving away, some lucky winner is going to get to sample his entire line in 60 ml bottles. And so you just need to go over to my website, or not my website, to my YouTube channel and look for this giveaway video and follow the instructions. We also have I got a message on here that freaked me out. We also have some other great sponsors for this giveaway are Yeti Wire, Vaping Swag, Adore E-Liquid, OHMAGEDDON, and Duck Pond E-Liquids. So if you guys have not checked that out, please do so. Also, I'd like to point out that I am dropping a video, and it'll be live at the end of this show. So if you guys don't have anything to do between now and the time that Fresh's show starts, you might want to go check out my channel for that video. And then I'll pass it over to LyFE. If you want to shout out your stuff real quick, LyFE, we can do that.
I will do that. I'd like to thank Dean for coming on. It was great hanging out with you. Check out my channel. You know, we shouted out everybody. I just hit over the 500 subscriber mark, so watch my channel for a giveaway announcement. Trying to still get those prizes in so I can pass them on to you guys. Check out the Lemon Ecstasy if you haven't. Excellent juice, or excuse me, liquid. Sorry, Don. Comes in pre-mixed, and if you go to my channel, there's also DIY how to mix it up from concentrate. So check those videos out as well.
That's a great tutorial too, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Stay tuned for Fresh's show, and then after Fresh's show, go on Tommy's show. I hear they may be having a special guest on Tommy's show as well.
They might.
They might.
They may.
So, they may.
Really?
And I want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. This was show number 3. We had a little bit of a rocky start, but I'm sure you guys got over it, hopefully. I really do appreciate all you guys tuning in, and if you want to leave comments or support, also thank the people that are going to watch this on the after show viewing, whatever, I don't know how you say it. And once again, thank you, Dean. Thank you so much, buddy, for coming on.
It was my pleasure, man. Thanks for having me. Sorry for everybody in the group. I was paying attention. This is the first time like I've had a quick shoot question thing, so I was focusing on the host. So I'm gonna go through and look at the comments after it's over with.
Yeah, right on. And I didn't have time to really pay attention. I think I typed 2 things in chat all night, which people were probably thankful for. They didn't have to hear my keyboard. But we're gonna roll out of here. Make sure you go check out my video. It should have dropped just about now. And be good to each other. As you go through your week, try and be nice to people if possible. And get off your butts and vape. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank God Friday.